Hola amigos, today I'm going to be sharing my dairy-free caldo de queso con papa. This is a soup that comes from northern parts of Mexico. It's so easy to make and it's budget friendly. You're going to start off by heating some oil in a large pot and you're going to saute the onions until they're nice and soft and translucent. And once they're done, you're going to add the garlic and just saute for a minute or two. Don't let it burn. Then you're going to add your papas. We use Yukon Gold white potatoes in Mexico, but you can also use russet if you don't have Yukon Gold. You're going to cook those until they have begun to soften a bit. Now, traditionally, the tomato is added first and then allowed to cook down, but the acid in the tomato slows down the cooking in the potatoes. And so I like to add the tomatoes after once the potatoes have softened. And then you cook those for a few minutes, and then you're going to add your simple spices, and then just cook that down until the tomatoes have started releasing their juice and started to break down. Traditionally, chicken broth is used. But of course, we're going to be using vegetable broth. And then you're just going to let that simmer, cover it and let it simmer until the potatoes are softened. Now, while that's going, you're going to prepare the peppers. Traditionally, Anaheim peppers are used, and you can char those over a direct flame on the stove, under the broiler, or on a comal. And once they're nice and charred, then you're going to remove the darkened bits and you're going to cut off the stem and the veins. Now, if you don't have Anaheim peppers, you can use New Mexico green chili or even poblanos. Preferably fresh is better, but I know in the US there are some cans of roasted Anaheim or New Mexico chili, so you can use that if you'd like. And then remove all the seeds. Once the seeds are removed, you're going to slice the peppers into small thin strips or rajas. By now, the potatoes should have softened, and you can test that either with a fork or a knife by inserting into a couple of the pieces and make sure that it just goes in nice and smoothly. So once the potatoes are cooked, you're going to add your peppers or your rajas, and then you're going to let that simmer for a couple of minutes. Now you're going to add the milk. Make sure that the milk is warm. You can microwave it for a few seconds just to make sure that it's warm. Otherwise, it'll curdle, and you can use whatever plant-based milk you want. And then you're going to add your cheese. Vegan cheese tends to melt or it doesn't depending on the brand. Mine melts, so I added it right at the last minute. Make sure to test it for seasoning, and that's it. Serve it with tortillas if you'd like. The full recipe is in the YouTube description and my blog. Go check it out, amigos. Enjoy.